Hello everybody. Diana D. Williams here, and welcome back to Destined for Growth Corners. If you are new to this channel, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification box, and welcome. And if you are a former individual that has come onto this channel, welcome back. And as you can see, it may look like I'm using a little Play-Doh, playing around with it, doing this, and yeah, I'm doing something with it, but you'll get what I'm doing later. I'm going to talk about that, why I'm squishing this Play-Doh. It's one of my kids' Play-Doh, by the way. So I just took it out and just squishing it because I'm relieving stress into the Play-Doh. You can use it as a way of relieving stress when you're squeezing it and playing around with it. So anyway, it just got something to do with stress and what do we do with it and why did it come up. So the other topic that goes into it is anxiety, which is, I think everybody may have experienced once in a lifetime or any other times or random, different, frequent times. It depending on the situation or any uncertain life event. And occasional anxiety is what we call it. It's an expected part of life, and you might feel anxious when you're taking a test or when you're about to perform in front of a live concert and speaking big crowds. So a lot of anxiety comes. It's a part of life. But when we're looking at over tremendous amount of anxiety that takes over our mental and our physical, that's when we really have to reevaluate and look at, okay, what do I do with myself then? But not to say to self-diagnose or use it as a diagnosis. That's not what we're here for. That's not what we're presenting. But if you feel a sense of overwhelming anxiety, you need to do something about it, and you need to reflect and evaluate that and examine. So that's what we're going to put in the topic and talk about it, especially during this time in the March of 2020. We were hit with the global pandemic of COVID, and it really put a lot of people in panic, and it really allowed us to be so concerned about our health and our bodies and what was going to happen if we contracted this virus. So it really put a lot of anxiety on our children in school and what will happen with their education when they went online, and the parents who have to sit and homeschool kids when the school shut down. So yes, it's a lot of occasional anxiety that occurred at once, even with our school children, on what to do. So it is very important that we talk about this topic, that we shouldn't be alone in this, and we shouldn't sit in silence about it. So tune in to this topic, and if you have any concerns or suggestions, don't forget to leave a comment below, or if you have any inspiring quote or inspiring message to send for yourself or others, don't hesitate to do so. And you'll see some other things that I'm going to use for relieving anxiety. So just stay tuned. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification box. All right, tune in. Questions I would like to ask you. So, are you feeling worried? Are you feeling nervous about anything? Is there anything that continues to be stressful throughout this week? Is anybody having a very blah day, blah week, and you just really want to put things aside and not have to deal with a lot of people in front of you or deal with big crowds? So a lot of these uncertain life events, or when you're feeling worried and stressed, that is called occasional anxiety or generalized anxiety. So we're not putting a self-diagnose. Like I said in the beginning of the video, we're not self-diagnosing or assessing. But those questions that I had just asked, if you were feeling any of those things, it's the overwhelm of worry, the overwhelm of stress, let's start thinking about things that we can do to reflect and evaluate what is really going on within our mind and our heart and our body, because whatever we think about, it can affect our physical, and whatever our physical feels, it can affect our mental. So it all works and intertwines together. So what I can say is not self-diagnosing and diagnosing, but when you feel any of these things, I will go over something that you can turn to, maybe resources that you can look into to research, and turn you over to that. If you are feeling any of those anxiety, emotions, or feelings, there are different ways to de-stress and calm down and come back down to where you feel very relaxed and calm. And I just want to share a few items that I have like in front of me. I have Play-Doh, and normally you would think, okay, this is for a kid. Adults can use these too. Adults, men and women, we can all use it. It's just like a stress ball. So I would say Play-Doh because you can take whatever you're feeling in your arms or anywhere in your body and just throw it into the Play-Doh and throw that tension into it, just so you can calm down. And normally when I do it, I'll close my eyes and count up to maybe 20 and take a deep breath with it. There are also some other ways, like you can get a stress ball, you can get a stress ball that has rice in it that makes sound. So there's different ways. And I'm gonna put that in the comment and the resources below, like where you can obtain these items to help in that area. And I also had the fidget spinner, what I showed before, where you're spinning it around, and normally you would think, okay, this is for a teenager, this is for a young kid that can't focus. No, actually it's for a kid and adult. So there are times when adults can't even focus, and we have a hard time concentrating, and we have a hard time feeling relaxed, and we feeling overwhelmed with anxiety, or on edge about life, finances, family life, school, whatever it is. So different things to help you relax and de-stress. This is one. A lot of times you don't see fidget spinners currently. Years ago it was so popular. Kids were buying it, and they had the Bluetooth and the music, you know, the one where it light up and then it had the music going too while you're doing it. So you don't see it right now, 2020, that much, but sometimes some people still purchase it. And I'll put a few resources below where you can order more, probably Amazon and a few more other places where you can get it. So I'm kind of seeing if I can balance it right now. And it's fun, you know, it's just to help you get away and get your mind off of things, and it's a distraction. Yeah, take that off. So a lot of times we can try to find different things that are healthy to help us take our mind off of negative things, or take our mind off of worries, things that continue to interrupt our daily activity in life. I find that blowing bubbles, this is another way to relax. And this is, if you think, oh, okay, for a kid, really, you can do it with your family and your children yourself. So let's blow some bubbles, shall we? So it's relaxing. Yes. I like playing with bubbles. Yes, I may be a big kid, and we may be all are big kids as an adult. But just find this as relaxing. You can do it with your children. Find days that you have time, downtime. Go outside on a real nice warm day. Of course, right now it's starting to get cold, so I would say, you know, if you want to do it in the house, try to get something on the floor to make sure it doesn't get wet. So this is really relaxing, and it's fun. So blowing bubbles. Sorry, this is one of my kids' bubbles too, by the way. And that's okay. And another thing that I find relaxing and that helps to calm down is get any kind of design coloring book. So sometimes people say, oh, that's for kids. No, adults use mandala designs. So this is one that I find that is very helpful. It can be used for school purposes, professional mental health purposes. It can be used in any area. And I think that, you know, it allows you to take a lot of the attention that you're having and put it all into your coloring. So if you're an artist or you're into artist drawing, these are one of the things I find very fascinating. Like coloring designs. And this is one of my daughter's books, by the way, but my daughter's are 10 and 5, and I have a son too who is 8. So a lot of times we like to spend time with each other on our downtime and color and draw. And I think these designs, they allow you to just put your focus into drawing and coloring. And it's just, there's some that's completed. So you can see some that are completed. I have colored with my daughters and my family as well. And even on my downtime, I've used the Mandela design. So very, very beautiful colors. So you can see some of these designs are already done. And you can purchase a lot of these at the store, like Walmart, Dollar Tree, Dollar General. Any of these stores, they have like books for melon designs. But you can look it up online on Google and look up empty templates for Mandela design. And you can print it out and you can color it yourself. Any of that. And some other ones that I don't have in front of me that I haven't mentioned is meditation, deep breathing. So I did mention that in maybe a past video, is that when you're feeling at unease and uncertainty and it's just overwhelming, then find somewhere in a room or anywhere by yourself and just take 5 deep breaths, a couple of seconds, like inhaling, exhaling. Find some music that is calming and relaxing. I find ocean sounds and nature sounds very calming. Or even go to your phone, computers, go to YouTube, go to Spotify, go to Pandora, any of those places where you can find some meditation, deep breathing exercise. I will also talk about that later on if you're tuned in. And so deep breathing and meditation is so helpful as well to calming any anxiety down, because if you become so over anxious, it can allow your physical part of your body to be affected as well. If you have any other illnesses or medical problems that can occur, it can also be affected as well if you're not taking care of yourself, your mental, because it can also affect the physical. So the tea, I brought that up earlier, but the tea, this is a peach black tea. And it is in here. So I am drinking some tea because I had a long day at work and I just want to relax because I was over anxious. And a lot of times your work can be so much if you were working, doing paperwork and at desk work, yeah, it can be a lot. Or you're on the phone all day. So yeah, I need to calm down. So I try to use any kind of tea that's relaxing and that can help and bring my anxiety down. So everything that I just mentioned, it might not be all on this list, but if you have any suggestions, don't forget to put it in the comments below. Or if you have tried a few things that I have not mentioned, put it in the comment below and share it. And also, if you think that this video is helpful, just share that too to anyone that's your friends, your family, your friends. But these are the different healthy relaxation, de-stressing coping strategies that I have found. And they were very helpful. Those things that you are feeling, where it's the overwhelmness, the nervousness, or just a lot of stress that can also affect our body, where if you have any health problems like heart problems or asthma or high blood pressure, a lot of those things can be raised and, cause an effect if the anxiety is not taken into effect of trying to calm that anxiety. So here's what I want to get you to, another resource that I've looked up. So here's a great website that I would like to introduce you to, mentalhealthamerica.org, and it has great educational resources on mental health awareness and illnesses. So if you want to look up more information, they have particular topics and screenings on all of those different mental health particular areas that you're looking for, such as the anxiety topic that we're on. So you stroll down, there's different topics or things that you would like to know about anxiety. You can click on any of those. And if you're exhibiting any symptoms or concerns, these are the topics that you can look up. Now, if you're wanting to know more, there is that box right there that says take a screen. It's a free screening, and it's simple 6 questions to ask on anxiety. It's just rating pretty much how you're feeling based on over the last 2 weeks. So in the last 2 weeks, have you been feeling certain symptoms such as restlessness, worry, lack of interest in anything, relaxing, and you answer not at all, several days, more than half the days, or nearly every day. So it's just rating you. It's not self-diagnosed or to say that it is something that's very extreme. But if you feel that you want to get more information, there is that next page that I just clicked on that you put all your demographic information in. You submit your email. Now, if you want to get more information, you would like more assistance, or would like to seek out more professional mental health, you can also submit all of that to that website to gain that information back. So that is pretty much for that website that I've given you. It is very educational to understand more about mental health awareness. Website and the link that I just showed you on how to access the screening for the anxiety test. It was not to diagnose, just to give you a little insight. It was just as to show you ways to assess any anxiety that you may feel. If you're feeling on edge, restlessness, if you are feeling a high anxious or a nervousness about something that is just overwhelming that it affects your daily activity life, like your job, your family life, and all the other activities that are going on, or any uncertain event or trauma event that occurred that may be just too much to overtake. And a lot of that, the screening will allow you to have insight and education. So a lot of that is just down below the comments if you want to get more research and more resources. So that is just a way of allowing you to look and reflect and evaluate. And if you feel like the warning signs are just going too far and it seems like it's going out of control, then you want to seek out professional help if you want to, or seek out a friend that you trust, or a family member that you trust, or a religious community organization if you want to seek out any other resources that may be comfortable for you. So I would suggest any of those things that are helpful. And if you find that there is something that can be helpful as well, don't hesitate to put it below the comments. Thank you so much for tuning in and staying watching. If you feel that it's someone that is in need of hearing this topic or video, please don't forget to share this topic and video, and stay tuned for the other videos that are coming up. And don't forget, at the end, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification box. So I hope this was helpful and inspiring for you. So I pray that your day is great and you have an awesome day. Bye-bye. Stay connected. Follow me on Facebook at Diana D. Williams and Diana Destined for Growth Corners, and on Instagram at MissDD0817, and my email ddee0704@gmail.com, and TikTok RayRay20. Thank you for tuning in.